Hi, it's Dr. Naveed Iqbal. I welcome all of you to my channel, YouTube channel, Organic Chemistry with Dr. Naveed Iqbal. As I mentioned earlier in introductory section that this course or this channel or the Organic Chemistry with Dr. Naveed Iqbal course will comprise of 3 different videos lecture series. One lecture series would be on very basic concept, the other would be on a little bit moderate to hard concept, and the third video lecture will be on specialized topics. So this is the video lecture on basic concept. This video lectures, like this lecture series, which is named as the basic concept of chemistry, it is designed by keeping in mind the students who are beginners, who really have come to the chemistry. For the first time they are just studying chemistry, or they have started learning chemistry. And we will not be discussing in the details of all those concepts, because the aim of the course is to introduce or familiarize the students, the beginners, to some terminologies. Let's start. What an atom is. So for chemists like us, we just know that an atom comprises of 3 particles, fundamental particles: a proton, a neutron, and an electron. The proton, it is positively charged particles, and it is heavy. It is present inside the nucleus. Neutron is a very heavy particle. It has 0 charge. It doesn't have any charge, and it is present inside the nucleus also. The electron, it is very light particle, and it revolves around the nucleus, and it is negatively charged particles. So let's see the basic model of an atom. It's an old and basic model of an atom, so it's not the real model. It's far away from the real model, but learning this model is very important, because it will give us a lot of help in understanding the new and modern concept of an atom. So assume that this green ball is neutron, this blue ball is proton, and these red balls are electrons. Each of these particles have their own importance. Let's look at proton. Proton is a positively charged particle, and it is very much important, because it's the proton which decides what atom it is. I mean to say that suppose if an atom has 1 proton, you should definitely say that it's hydrogen. If it has 2 protons, now its nature is changed. It's not hydrogen, it's something else. It's called as helium. If some atom has 6 protons present inside its nucleus, then that's called as carbon. So the protons, what protons function is, it assigns the nature of an atom, and it is the number of proton is also called as what it is called? Yes, it's also called as atomic number. Let's look at this thing. It's an atom. I have written some green things on green marker above, and on red and green marker below here. So an atom, here you have the number of protons, and how many protons an atom has, you have tried it below the atom. So it will call as the atomic number. If the number of neutrons plus protons, that is also called as nucleons. So you have tried it above the atom. Number of protons P plus neutrons N. Now simple hydrogen atom, it has just 1 proton. It doesn't have an electron in it. You people might be thinking that why I am not mentioning electron as yet, because electron is not the thing which will decide the nature of an element. It is the proton which decides, and a little bit help is given by the neutron too, but the nature is decided by the proton. So simple hydrogen has 1 proton inside its nucleus. So you have tried 1 as a subscript, and symbol for hydrogen is H. Now it has one proton inside its nucleus but no neutron. So you have to write proton plus neutron. It has 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. The superscript is also 1. But what is the importance of neutron? I am coming to it. Neutron is very important thing. Now, as you people might have heard the word isotope. What actual isotope is? Isotopes are same elements but with different number of neutrons, mean elements which have the same number of protons. Why the same? What the same number of proton mean? It's the same elements, but if you add some additional neutron into it, it will become an isotope. You will understand by looking at those. Simple hydrogen, we know that it has 1 proton and 0 neutron. It's called hydrogen. But there is another thing which is called as deuterium. Deuterium. It is also hydrogen because it has 1 proton in it. So we said earlier that if an atom has the same number of proton, they are same elements. So it is also hydrogen, but it has 2 things. It has superscript of 2. So it has something else in it. It has 1 additional neutron, and as you know from here that it is the mass number or the number of nucleon, just proton plus neutron. The superscript is nucleons or the number of protons and neutrons. So it is 2, 1 proton and 1 neutron. This thing has 1 proton, so definitely hydrogen, but it has 2 neutrons also in it. So 2 neutron plus 1 proton is giving you 3. So it is called as tritium. You can write it like this, like a symbol hydrogen 1 1. It will be called simple hydrogen. Hydrogen 1 2. It will be called as deuterium, or you can just write a uppercase letter D for it. And the third one is 1 and 3, and you can also write a uppercase tritium for it. Another role of neutron which is very important. Let's see, you have an atom which has 2 protons. So we say it is helium. And let's see, it has nothing else but it has 2 protons. Still it is helium. It is still helium. But there is a problem. As you know that protons are positively charged, and when you keep these positive charge thing in a small space, what will happen? They will repel each other and the nucleus will ultimately burst. As you know that like charges repel each other, so the nucleus will not be stable. So what is the function of neutron, and what is the actual mass number of helium? It is 4. Atomic number is 2 and mass number is 4. So what is the role of the neutron right here? One role is it gives us the mass number. What is the other role? Another important role is, just like nucleus has 1 proton, or let's say positive charge for proton, 1 proton, and positive charge for another proton, and there are 2 neutral things between them, so they will not repel each other. So what is the role of the neutron? It gives stability to the nucleus, so the nucleus may remain intact or it will not burst. So this is the role of the nucleus. Now let's move to another thing, an electron. What an electron is? Electron is a particle which is very light and it is negatively charged particle. As we are chemists, and so electron is much more important for us. So we have to study this electron in a little bit more detail. So how to say that first of all we need to know that where electron will be present in an atom, and what thing will tell us that where electron is present in an atom. Let's see, there is a thing called there is a word called quantum numbers. These quantum numbers will tell us the address of an electron, that where is an electron, where it is present in an atom, and in what condition it is, mean that what is energy of that electron. These are very much important, energy and its position. So these quantum numbers, principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number or orbital quantum number, it is also called orbital quantum number or angular momentum quantum number, and magnetic quantum number, and the fourth one, spin quantum number. You people might have not studied the Schrodinger wave equations. So these are the outcome from the Schrodinger wave equation, and this thing is not the outcome of Schrodinger wave equation, but we should not study. I don't want to complicate the matter. So for us it is sufficient that it is principal quantum number and it is represented by n. It will tell us something about the electron. Azimuthal quantum number L, represented by lowercase l, lowercase n. Magnetic quantum number M, spin quantum number S. So these three things will tell us something about the electron.